Carl Froch seems very upset right now with the fight going on between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, which a lot of people, feel that way, which is understandable. But at the same time, Jake Paul has history with Carl Froch, and it's definitely something that plays a factor in a lot of things they have going on. But Carl Froch let it be known that he doesn't appreciate, and this is all allegedly, but in his own words, he doesn't like Mike Tyson just being dangled out there like basically a piece of meat, and him being an icon and a large figure in boxing. He doesn't want to see Mike in a position where um his legacy is being played with. At the same time, he understands it as a whole, but as an exhibition, just as a sport, you know what I'm saying? He just doesn't like it. You know, a lot of things it does make sense as far as the age of Mike Tyson and how he feels about overall about the sport of boxing and Jake Paul being involved. And he didn't feel like Jake Paul had a good fight against Tommy Fury. And he didn't feel like Tommy Fury is at a high level anyway. So for Jake Paul to have a bad outing against Tommy Fury, that just lets you know what type of fighter Jake Paul is. And Carl Froch is basically letting that be known. He's like, man, I don't really appreciate Jake Paul coming into the sport and getting a guy like Mike Tyson and kind of using him as someone who's gonna sell tickets. Cause in a lot of people's eyes, Jake Paul hasn't done much since the Tommy Fury fight, so they feel like he's trying to still keep himself in the picture as far as a big name, but a lot of them feel like he's kind of out of the loop now. They don't think that he kind of showed up and did as good of a job as he could have in the fight when he had a chance against Tommy Fury. But at the same time, Jake Paul's got a career now. This is what he does, and a lot of people tune in. So for him to be involved with Mike Tyson, it happens like that. But Carl Froch, he says that Tommy Fury is a novice. He'll never be hold a British title in boxing. So it's not like they're looking at that as if he's gonna be next level or he's the next guy. They're not really looking at the boxing skills like that from Jake Paul or after him being involved with Tommy Fury and the fight just not being a high level match in a lot of people's eyes. But Carl Froch said that Jake Paul's called him out a few times and he's let him know, hey, let's make something happen. And Jake Paul didn't want to really accept anything. He's kind of trying to put fillers and put things in between as far as like fight Anderson Silva or show that you're worthy um and Carl Froch is just letting it be known, he basically has a boxed in corner in. He didn't want to entertain anything as far as what Carl Froch was talking about. So it kind of just shows, man, at the end of the day, Jake Paul's really not at that level like everybody thinks he is. In Carl Froch's eyes, a lot of people kind of overrated him. He feels like he's kind of just grabbing low hanging fruit when he's trying to pick off Mike Tyson right now at the age of 57, 58. He hasn't Mike Tyson hasn't fought in a while. It's been a couple of years. And to be honest with you, Mike Tyson hasn't been at his peak like Carl Froch said since the 90s. So he feels like Mike Tyson's getting the short end of the stick. Basically, this is a challenge on Mike Tyson's part, but as far as a challenge by Jake Paul, he doesn't feel that way. kind of feel like Jake Paul's trying to get over on a older guy and trying to take advantage of Mike not being able to basically make everything happen. And it's funny to me, but at the end of the day, it definitely makes a lot of sense. It definitely makes a lot of sense when you think about it. It definitely makes a lot of sense, you know. Carl Froch is just putting it out there that a lot of these guys' careers can't be played with, and if Jake Paul wants to try to jump on the older guy, jump in the ring with me. You know what I'm saying? Carl Froch said he'll fight Jake Paul for free. He said he'll fight him for free. Now, at this point right now, I don't know why Jake Paul won't entertain that. He said he'll fight him for free. Carl Froch said that Jake Paul was getting worried because when he said I'll fight him, he said, oh, Carl Froch must need the money. He must want a payday. But if Carl Froch says I'll fight you for free, doesn't mean he need a payday. That's a whole different conversation. Yeah, I definitely would like to see that. That makes a whole lot of sense. Those guys got a lot of history. That'll be an excellent fight, man. That'll definitely be an excellent fight. Carl Froch being 46 years old, definitely. I would definitely like to watch that fight. He said he would get in the ring, man. I'm surprised Jake Paul didn't accept that fight. But I'll be interested in seeing that fight. He said he will be willing to jump in the ring with Jake Paul. And Jake Paul not talking about accepting that fight, I'm definitely going to talk about that in the next couple of months. Yeah, we know what Jake Paul's next fight going to be. I know I do. If he want to keep boxing. If he makes a fight after that Mike Tyson fight, it better be this Carl Froch fight. Yeah, this sounds very good. Yeah, Carl Froch, he said he got exposed by Tommy Fury. And I thought that would be the end of him. I'm not gonna lie, I did too. I thought it was gonna be the end of him. I knew that Tommy Fury fight was gonna be hard for him. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Carl Froch went in. But that's all I got though. Like and subscribe.